Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's vlog where today we are looking at the song story Father, Father. Father, Father is a song that I've kind of wanted to write for a very, very long time, and it's been a song that I've never really dared fully to write because I've always felt like it's got something to it, that it's really got a special message that I need to get out. And so I was sitting down writing on my guitar one evening about a year and a half ago in January, February kind of time. I set myself a goal to write every night for 3 months, every day. So that would include things like just editing a song, maybe just adding a line to a song, all the way through to writing a complete song from scratch. And this was one of those songs that I managed to pretty much start and finish in one evening and have it almost ready to go. Father, Father. For those of you who don't know my story, I grew up in a Christian family, and when I was 11 years old I lost my dad to cancer quite suddenly. We'd known he wasn't well for a while but didn't realise how severe his sickness was until about 3 or 4 weeks before he died, when we had the news that he had terminal cancer and he was about to die. And this was obviously a massive surprise and shock for us as a family, and you know, a massive thing to deal with. And I just remember at the time his incredible peace about it, and the way that he was just talking about heaven and how amazing heaven's going to be, and how he couldn't wait to meet Jesus and to be in this incredible glorious place called heaven. And we kind of as a family, because he was always talking about it even before he knew he was sick, we kind of bought into that, and we're like, okay, well this is just a normal part of our kind of conversation, a normal part of what's going on in our family. And so when he told us the news of having cancer, it was really hard to take, but it wasn't impossible to handle. I remember soon afterwards when he died, I remember the moment I was there when he died, and I was sitting on my own in the bedroom and just considering all that had just happened and sitting there quietly. And I heard this kind of voice in my head. I would now say that's the voice of God, but at the time I didn't really realise what it was, but I knew it was God speaking to me, even though I wouldn't have said it was that. And I remember him saying, you can now choose me to be your father or reject me to be your father. It's your choice. And I remember in that moment, you know, my dad had just died an hour ago, and I remember just sitting there and I whispered kind of a prayer back to God saying, God, I need you to be my dad, I need you to be my father, please come and help me. And I believe for me personally that was the best decision and the best prayer I could have probably prayed in all my childhood and young adult life, because I was able to invite and look for God as a father in every life situation. And it was not easy, it was tough at times, and obviously we really missed my dad. But during that season of grief and then process and moving forward with our lives, personally I met with God in a way that I could only say was real and authentic and deep. And the revelation of God as my father, as a loving father who loves me and values me and cares for me and wants the best for me, he is there for me. Broken hearted. So this revelation of God as Father kind of has stuck with me. If there's one thing about thinking about God's heart, it's the heart for those who have not, and those who are fatherless, those who have been marginalised in society, those who have been struck by terrible things in their lives. And God's heart for them is like crying out to them and wants to show them love. And I know some people would say, well, why don't you blame God for what happened to your dad? And I know people would say that, and I understand where they're coming from, because of course you ask why, and you ask why me? But we live in a world where a lot of things don't always go the way that we hope they would. My desire was just that I would know God in this time, and it was amazing how He brought different people along in my life who were like father figures. people who would care for me, people who would reach out to me, people who would mentor and coach me and encourage me when I really needed it, when I needed a dad. Others were there to father me. So fast forward to now, where there's this song I've always wanted to write about the Father heart of God, and to be honest with you, for years I didn't dare write about it because it felt such a sacred topic and such an almost, not an untouchable topic, but something that meant so much to me that I didn't want to do it injustice. And then this song started to flow out from within me, talking about God as a father to the fatherless, taking care of those who are oppressed, wandering in the gutter, reaching the forgotten, singing over us, the heart of a father loving and caring for us, that even when we cry out for him, when we're crying, and he's the one carrying our tears. All those sorts of themes start to gush out of me as I wrote this song, and I just remember playing it to my wife and saying, hey, what do you think about this? Do you think it's any good? And she was like, oh my goodness, that's really making me cry, don't play it again. So I kind of knew it had something, and it's kind of the song for me on the album which probably is the most personal and real and means the most to me in a way.
Find me with face in the dark.
When we were recording Father Father, we just wanted to keep it really tender and intimate, and we didn't want to overproduce it, so it was very much a piano based song, and it was just that, a simple kind of song about the heart of God. And I love how Ian played the keys on this particular song and just kept it to what it needed to be and didn't overplay on it, and I think that's created a really intimate, beautiful song on the album.
Caught in the depths of you,
My heart for anyone who's listening or watching this and they've lost loved ones, particularly if you've lost your dad, or maybe you've never known your dad, my heart goes out to you, and I certainly don't have all the answers, but what I do know is that in my situation, when I've drawn nearer to God, He's revealed himself to me in new ways, and my heart for you is that would be the same, and that even in the place of pain you might be able to even listen to this song and identify with it in a deeper way than maybe others would who have never lost loved ones who are so close or in tragic circumstances. And my heart for you is that, I pray that God really meets with you. I pray that you know Him as Father. I pray that you know His love and His closeness and His tenderness, and that as you do that, you will be able to forgive where needing to forgive, where you need comfort, you'll know incredible comfort, and where you need hope, that hope will rise up. Thank you so much for listening to the song story of Father Father. It's probably the most personal you're going to get from me in a song. Maybe I'll write a few more like this. But thanks so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this vlog. Please feel free to share it with anyone who you think needs to hear the song story behind Father Father. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love you to join me on this journey. We're looking to up the subscribers on this channel, so my goal by the end of the year is to hit 1,000 subscribers. We're a little way off yet, but please do subscribe.
Depths of you,
We're also on Patreon. If you want to see more videos like this and better quality videos as we go forwards, we need your help. So even from as little as $1 a month, you can help us create better content and also give me the chance to write more songs. So join us on Patreon, check out the Patreon link. I'd love you to get involved and get behind us in that way if you can. If you can't, no worries, just subscribing is amazing. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to sharing more with you soon.